The International Lean Six Sigma Congress, Achieving Process Excellence, was held on the 21st of October 2021. The topic of the Congress this year was lean manufacturing and quality management in the new technological way industry. The event was held for the seventh time and was devoted to the problems of finding the most rational measures to increase labor productivity of domestic enterprises and organizations. These tasks are key at the current stage of development of Russian economy. Leading experts in high-performance technology adoption, as well as organizational improvement and lean manufacturing, discussed promising ways to reduce costs, improve productivity and efficiency of production process, and ensure quality. A separate topic was the discussion of measures to improve the operation of industrial equipment and the extension of its resource in the framework of solving the problems of increasing labor productivity. I would like to greet you on behalf of the Governor of St. Petersburg at the 7th Lean Six Sigma Congress, which you have been holding in our city of St. Petersburg. I want to confirm the relevance of the issues and problems that you are considering today. They are relevant due to the fact that we live in conditions of very complex challenges associated with the coronavirus infection, which is present now all over the world, restricting the possibilities of our activities and movements. Geopolitical problems, which in recent years have become very complex and very important, today are also becoming an aspect that prompts us to deal with the topic, resource constraints. Today, we often hear questions about how long we will have enough oil and gas. It is clear that there are different judgments. Some experts say dozen years, some experts say like infinity. Everything will depend on technology. In some ways, they are right. But as a real person, I think that the truth is somewhere in the middle. All resources, as a material basis, have their own limitations. But climatic changes that are associated with urbanization and the development of our civilization are also a serious conclusions today. And all this underlines the exceptional importance and exceptional relevance of the topic that you are considering studying and trying to implement today. In any case, the relevance and the problems that we are talking about today, they in no way cancel the need for us today to live, develop at a very high level. It is clear that all these directions today are quite clearly spelled in our country at all levels, including the global level, in the form of those 17 directions of sustainable development that we, to one degree or another, apply in our territories. First of all, in Russian Federation and in St. Petersburg specifically. Therefore, our strategy, which we have been guided for the several years now, is based on the need for this sustainable development. And it is understood that living surrounded by these external factors, external conditions, we of course take them into account in a certain way and understand that there are aspects that are very important. And why is lean so important? Lean is a kind of basis for increasing labor productivity. That is, everything starts with learning to take good care of our resources, our time, our labor intensity. And in this context, it is the basis of labor productivity. And labor productivity is a serious source of economic growth and development. Therefore, today, despite all the difficulties, it is the most affordable and effective source of growth. Today, the most important task of our economy is the growth of labor productivity. There is a national project on labor productivity, but this area of activity certainly requires more attention, more efforts. Today we will talk not only about organizational forms and methods of ensuring the growth of labor productivity, but also about technological innovations. In addition to the standard Lean Six Sigma tools, our consultants process a whole range of continuous improvement tools, deeper, more subtle, when the enterprise is already at a sufficiently high level of maturity of its processes. And here, we are also ready to offer to our customers and those companies that already have a production system development service, a quality management service that have implemented the individual Lean Six Sigma tools, integrated programs for mature enterprises. We have an audit to assess the maturity of processes, and after that, for those companies that have already implemented individual Lean Six Sigma tools, we can offer complex systems for the development of production processes, quality management systems, business systems, and innovation systems. This slide shows only a few of the most famous, fairly unique, and effective tools that we offer to each of these areas: business system, production system, quality management system, innovation system. And below is the number of tools that our consultants own, and based on the current situation, we can select and offer you the best organizational forms for the development of your company.
In order to develop best-in-class excellence, we recommend to study this concept so you build your own business system, because this will enable you to be faster and more efficient answering the challenges of tomorrow. People are the driving force. Take all the people out of your organization and see what's left. So applying the kata principles will help you to continuously develop your culture, your leadership, and help to align in the organization. What we see at the high performers, they are currently very much focused to improve their ability to be a better learning organization. In these days, time is critical and decisions need to be taken fast. Therefore, it is important that decisions are intelligent.
What is safe performance? Safety technology makes the world environment safe. However, using security technologies, you can take your productivity to the next level. Safety technologies can protect your processes and result in fewer failures and downtime. As you can imagine, this improves your productivity. How is it possible? You are implementing security, and it would seem that this should decrease your productivity. However, practice shows that it is possible to do so, that the implementation of security systems still increases productivity. There is a generally accepted rate for measuring equipment performance. This is an OEE. The rate consists of these three parameters. What are these parameters? And what are these rates? Manufacturing facilities are productive only if they are actually producing and not idle. So, downtime should be avoided at all costs. How can you measure performance? Here we have this rate of the overall efficiency of the equipment. This is an analysis of the increase in production productivity, and based on the measurements and processing specific production indicators. It describes not only productivity but also losses. Hence, it is used as KPI to account for unplanned production losses. And unplanned production losses can be divided into three categories: availability, productivity, and quality.
А программа
The
обучения лидеров
performance leaders training program was developed to achieve the goal of the national project. This is one of the systematic support measures within the framework of the National Labor Productivity Project. The purpose of the program is to help enterprises at the system level on a systematic approach to manage the enterprise so that labor productivity increases. The main objectives of our program are to teach enterprises to comprehensively evaluate their enterprise precisely from the point of view of its productivity and, of course, find points of growth. Also, teach what decisions the company must take in the current economic conditions in order for labor productivity to grow, how to find new niches, products, services, and enterprise growth drivers, also including digital transformations, how to implement enterprise changes and manage an employee both in the conditions of change and in the conditions of remote work. And of course, our most important goal is to help our enterprises, our program participants, to develop a project to increase labor productivity. Today, we talk a lot about increasing labor productivity, but also another area of our activities is the implementation of robotics. Most often, robotics is introduced precisely in some operations where the task is to increase productivity. The transition from manual labor to automation. We introduce industrial robotics. Our main partner is KUKA, the absolute leader of Russian industrial robotics market. According to statistics, more often than every second robot is implemented, it is precisely KUKA industrial robot. Also, our partners are the Danish company Inrotech with their robots with artificial intelligence and German company Rethink Robotics, a manufacturer of collaborative robots. On request, we can perform an audit, analyze your processes, suggest where, in our opinion, robots can be used. If you have a technical assignment, then in accordance with it, prepare and implement the project. You can teach the tools of lean manufacturing, because in the same way you will come to the site and show how to work with the tools correctly and learn what steps should be in the implementation of this tool. Here too, all this can be explained, just like any other tool that we show and explain using real production data. All this can be done within the digital model, the digital twin of production. The Delphi Planner ideology is developed and offered for users, for customers from the point of view of a manufacturing enterprise, from the point of view of optimal and efficient use of time by all your employees, the use of the resources of your enterprise, and in order to solve the release production orders as quickly as possible. According to this formula, the Ministry of Economic Development calculates productivity. This is a key indicator of a national project when choosing a stream, therefore it is necessary that the stream occupies at least 10% of the proceeds. If we do this work, it will affect the overall performance of the enterprise. If the flow takes half a percent, then it is clear that in general it will not show efficiency, and accordingly, according to the statistics, it will not affect the overall performance of the country. The formula at the moment is this. It was changed because the first approximation was in such a form that it was enough to reduce the number and thereby increase productivity. At the moment, the cost of the employee's labor has also been included in the added value, so that the formula becomes balanced. At the moment, the participants in the national projects are not all represented, but only examples, and there are already quite a lot of these examples. There is also an opportunity to the participants of the national project to undergo free training, such as a process factory. This is in our office near Vyborskaya metro station. Here, within one working day, you can visually see, bring employees, show them how the tools of lean manufacturing, tools of the production system affect the financial performance of the enterprise and how this affects the productivity of the enterprise. At the moment, all the implemented digital products and production technologies that are now used represent a chaos of IT solutions. The problem is that there is no single approach, there is no single terminology, and in this regard, we face insurmounted barriers. As an example, when our trains go to Europe in Brest, we change the wheel set to match their standard. This is a very important and topical issue. This is the most basic level. It is necessary not only for enterprises and organizations within the country to interact with the international community. It is necessary to create uniform Industry 4.0 standards. For the whole world, the robot has become the axiom of the screwdriver. If there is a production, then there must be a robot. If there is at least some minimum seriality, then a robot is used. If there is at least some small opportunity to use a robot, it is used. The axiom is that there are studies that have been carried out in different years in different countries of the world that the use of robot in any place always leads to an increase in labor productivity. 99.9% of the cases, even when the robot is not placed for this, it still leads to an increase of productivity by 5% or 40%, but the growth always comes.